morning, 4 o'clock. A little tired still, but we're on our way to go pick up this car from San Diego, so we'll see you guys soon. Alright, good morning, guys. This is day 2. Just got home later last night in the rain, so figured to get the video this morning. So this is the car, a little wrap left still on it. Previous owner didn't fully peel it off. I don't know what that is. Looks like some sort of an aftermarket horn. Needs a little TLC. Overall, it's not the cleanest M3. It does need a little work, and it does need actually some sort of an engine repair. It's got kind of a rod knock, so we're gonna have to figure out what's going on with that. So that's where we're going today. I'm gonna drag it over to the shop. We're gonna disassemble it. So the car's been sitting for a while too, so I picked up the C-Tech lithium charger. It's like a trickle charger. Apparently this is the same brand that actually supplies BMW when they rebrand theirs, so lots of people are recommending this on the Facebook group, so went ahead and snagged that. So I got the thing hooked up to ISTA and checking faults. Here's pretty much the plan for today. I'm going to start by pulling the spark plugs out. I'm going to take those charge pipes off. Get the spark plugs out. I'm going to lift it up. I'm going to see if I can get to the turbos, make sure the turbos are okay. This car apparently has Vargas, I think they're GC Plus turbos. So I'm going to check that out. Borescope the cylinders for any damage. I'm going to do a leak down and compression check on all the cylinders, make sure all that's looking good. Then I'm going to pull the pan and we'll see what rod bearing or what other potential failure there is. I'm also going to pull the filter and see what kind of metal's in there. So alright, got the filter out, get a light here. So I took the filter out, you can see there's a little bit of glitter for sure, coming just even out of the base of the filter when it's set on the table here. Focus. See all that kind of pouring out. One thing I'm noticing right off the bat here, so this is a man filter, this is what an OEM filter would be. But I can already tell this is like spongy. I'm not really sure why it would be spongy other than maybe fuel saturation. It doesn't seem very resilient, so that's not great. Inside, pulling the pleats apart, you can definitely see some metal in here. It's gonna be hard to show you. You can see that little chunk right there, right in front of my index finger. So there's definitely some pieces. It does look like rod material or rod bearing material, so keep tearing it apart here. all the plugs out here. All of them look to be in reasonably good condition. The only one I'm seeing an issue with is number 5 here. So, get it to focus and you'll see how wet the electrode is on that thing. You can see the shimmering. And now these other ones are dry. Looks like we have a leaking fuel injector of some sort, whether it be port injector or a direct injector, we'll have to figure that out. But that is a telltale sign of a leaking injector, and that would explain why our oil was diluted. So now this car, like I just said, apparently has direct injectors and port injection, which I'll have to see, have to pull it apart and take a look, but that's essentially what he told me. So once we get it apart, we'll see what's going on there. But for now, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna Borescope the cylinders next. I did look in both of the charge pipes. Turbos look to be in okay shape from what I can see right now. I also looked in here for any debris from the turbos, and I'm not seeing any issues in there, so that's looking great. So we'll just keep on going here. So I did some borescoping, and here's what I found. Cylinder 5, the one with the fuel, probably wasn't actually fuel contamination that caused the failure. It looks like the fuel contamination is likely from the cylinder having an issue. So here's the damage I'm seeing. Definitely some fuel and oil in here. So got to figure out what's causing this. But essentially it looks like something probably got dropped in here, because those are impacts all over there. So right now, here's kind of the plan. Started disassembling. I'm gonna keep disassembling, pull the valve cover off. I'm gonna check the bearing caps for the head. If those look okay, I'm gonna drop the oil pan and look for crankshaft damage. We'll see where all that's at, and then we'll kind of decide whether we are gonna do a rebuild, a engine build, or just get a full engine off of like eBay or something. So we'll find out soon what's going on here. So as you guys saw, I took it apart. I checked all the cam caps for scoring. All the cam caps look to be in good shape. Overall, the cylinder head is looking to be in really good shape. So I'm happy about that. Other than, of course, we saw the damage on the in the cylinder itself, which looks repairable. So here's what's going to happen next. I'm going to go ahead and just pull this engine. So I've been kind of thinking about it. And either way, it's either getting a replacement engine or it's going to get rebuilt. Either way, it's going to have to come out and apart. So I'm just going to yank this motor right now, and we'll just keep the time lapse going.
break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss that stack, taking big swings, jam to the bat, put me in the ring.
All right, so motor's out of the car. I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing separated. So I'm gonna hold it up on a cherry picker. Actually, I'm probably gonna pull the intake off. It's kind of loose. Get some more room there. Pull the trans off once it's on the cherry picker, and get the engine out of the way, and then I'm gonna put the subframe back in. So as you can see here, we pulled the motor out, pretty much pulled this thing within 24 hours of actually owning this vehicle. The plan behind this vehicle was we bought it knowing it needed an engine, and that's pretty much what we planned on. So my wife's always wanted one. This is a great opportunity to get into one for a reasonable price. So we bought this thinking it possibly had a rod knock. Obviously you saw in this video it had a little bit more than that. So as we continue here, we decided to build the engine in this. The reason we decided to do that is for the price. It just didn't make sense to put a used motor in for the same price, or I guess spend in just a little bit more to build a motor. So we decided to go the route of upgraded pistons and rods, as well as doing a sleeving service, because buying a used block is, pretty risky as well. Spend a couple thousand, just need one that also needs sleeves. So it's going to be a built bottom end with ARP studs. Plan will be probably 800 wheel on an E85. Thanks everybody for watching. Stay tuned. We'll have this engine built hopefully within the month. Get this thing back in tuned and up and running.